All right. I'm doing a solo experiment. I don't know if it's a podcast or not. It's just a video for my YouTube channel. And I mean, maybe it should be a podcast. But I decided this morning, actually, I woke up, I had a dream last night that I was going to use the word should, but I don't like shoulding myself. And so the dream I had was, why don't I just share more stuff that I do? Like, I do cool shit in my life that is interesting and that would be beneficial for people to know about. And I also have very human limitations, and I get stuck in things. And that's interesting to share too. And I've established a pattern over the course of the last, I don't know, how long have I been sharing videos? Like 6 years, 7 years, just about things I'm exploring, things I'm understanding, things I'm learning. And more recently, things that relate to the coaching work that I do, things that relate to the men that I work with, the women that I work with, the pitfalls that we all fall into because we're literally all in this together. Like, and so I just thought, what if I do more just honest sharing of stuff? And so that's what this is going to be. And it's going to be long form. My goal is to hit, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 minutes. But man, if I go longer, I go longer. It's interesting because I have a thought in my head that, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't talk for 15 minutes or 30 minutes on a topic in a way that would make it useful for someone else to want to watch. And that's just, I've put a lot of videos up recently about thinking. Well, that's just a thought it's just a thought. If I decide it's true, then it becomes true. And then I never put up a video. And that's really what I want to talk about today, which is this, the hidden cost of playing not to lose. That's that was my inspiration for doing this first video, because honestly, guys, I've been playing not to lose. In a lot of ways I play to win, but what I find in the work that I do as an executive leadership coach, working on spiritual depth, on leadership depth, on integrating work life with personal life so that you don't lose your personal life because you work hard or because you want to succeed, is that I have to look, and I was going to say you have to look, but you don't have to do anything. You have to look hard at things. Like, you've got to look deeply at things. You've got to be willing to magnify things that to the outside world, they might say to you, oh, you're just being hard on yourself, or you're being overly critical, or you're looking at this, in a way that makes you not look good, And what I've found is that the only way to shift something, and maybe it's not the only way to shift something, but one of the really good ways to shift something is to magnify it, is to look deeply at it, is to make it crazy big, in a way that's not real, and yet allows you to see it really clearly. Like as if you're wearing super duper, glasses that give you the ability to see it close, see it far, see every angle of a thing. And when you blow it up that way, you can start to see it, and you can start to see your patterns, and you can start to see the way that you're creating exactly what it is that you may not want or that you don't want. So, hidden cost of playing not to lose. I've been playing not to lose in and around this world of spiritual depth and spirituality. I've been on a path, a spiritual path, a deepening path, and a healing path, an understanding path since 1996. The date, the year is etched into my mind and will forever be, because it was such a transformative moment. Well, I should take that back. It wasn't transformative for me. It was transformative in my knowingness that there was something bigger, something deeper, something beyond anything that I had ever known. Something that when I got into the room with my first teacher, Mona Miller, it was like I could finally breathe. Like the oxygen. It was like there was an oxygen tank, and I put, one of those oxygen masks on, and I could like, oh, whoa, oh yes, this is it. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm here for. And that began, 29-year journey. I have a master's in spiritual psychology, and I'm still seeking or searching, or maybe I'm not seeking and searching. Maybe I found. But I've kept it a secret in a lot of ways. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about the deep beliefs that I have, or knowings that I have. I don't talk about some of the experiences I've had with plant medicine. I keep this part of my life kind of tucked away. I talk about it in sessions with clients, but because it shapes pretty much every aspect of how I teach. And it's not all woo-woo. It's not all just astrology and things that I would consider to be out there. Although I am fascinated by 3i Atlas. It's very practical, which is why I use it so much in my coaching work, because most of the people I work with in coaching are not there to be woo-woo. They're there to be practical. They want to have great lives. They want to succeed in their life. They want to make a lot of money. They want to exit from their companies with, 10 times what they started with. And yet they also want a deeper cut at life. So these videos, these long form videos that I'm going to do I didn't even know I was going to say this. I didn't know what was going to come out of my mouth when I said I've been playing not to lose. So obviously this needed to come out. What I'm feeling right now is just this deep sense of gratitude and trust that I am experiencing right now in myself. Like just trusting my instincts. Like I honored the dream that I had last night. I'm showing up and recording something, even though I really didn't know what the hell I was going to record. And I have all these doubts about my ability to talk for 15 minutes. This could go long. And Yeah, I've been talking for 10 minutes already. What's this idea that I couldn't talk for 15 minutes? But I'm feeling this deep sense of gratitude because, one of the things that I have learned and know is that we are not our thoughts. I am not my thoughts. I am not my mind. The human being is composed of mind, heart, and gut. Three leadership centers, three areas that are designed to propel us forward in our quest to be whoever it is we are. But we're so attached to our minds because of culture, because of history and teachings, because of our society, because of our parents, because of our because of the way we've been brought up. We're so attached to our minds that we've forgotten this intuition. We've forgotten that we have powerful capacity to honor something much deeper than what our mind is capable of showing us. And we're not in the practice of practicing it. we're not even really aware of it. I mean, look at me. I have not been willing to share this. I have not been willing to talk about this. And I've got some notes over here. It's why I'm looking over. There's part of me that is buying into, when I don't share this aspect of me, there's part of me that's buying into the fear of losing what it is I've already got, of getting it wrong. God, there's such a huge thinking about thinking in my mind about myself, about how I need to get it right. Look, I know I'm not alone in this. We're all doing this in some version, and it's required. Our egos require us to get it right, because if our egos were getting it wrong, we wouldn't listen to them. And our ego, beyond anything else, is here to keep us safe and protect us. So can you imagine if your ego was constantly giving you advice that was wrong? You'd stop listening. So this is one of the ways that your thoughts create your reality, because you start pulling toward you things to confirm your thinking. So when I start thinking, gosh, I could lose what I've already built, why would I share? Why would I go live? Or why would I do a video? Why would I trust that what would come out would be perfect? And I'm finding right now, in speaking to you, that what is coming out is perfect. I'm having the experience while I'm talking about it. Up until today, it's felt risky. It's felt heavy. It's felt like I could fail. It's felt like I could, like I think of my friends I went to college with. I think of friends that I served in the Marine Corps with, and I think, God, this is out there for them. Like they might judge me. They might think I've lost my mind. They might think that I'm what are some of the other thoughts that I have around, I don't know. They could think that I don't measure up to them, the way they see things. They could not respect me. They could not, I don't know, I'm thinking of these in the moment. you know, it's like my reputation is at stake. But it's funny how I've built my reputation in my mind in a way that honors what I think they want. I haven't really honored what's true in me really fully. I have a continuous editor in my head that edits based on what I think people want to hear. I never thought that thought before, but that's actually what's happening. And a lot of the reason, as I'm thinking about it now, is just fear. Fear of failure, fear of being wrong, fear of thinking that it's too risky that to share fully all of the wacky stuff that I've done. And it's not really that wacky, but it is wacky. It's wacky in the sense that it's different from the mainstream. It's different from the way I'm talking about this. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about reincarnation. I'm talking about soul contracts. I'm talking about transcendence. I'm talking about the difference between soul line and goal line. I'm talking about raising your vibration. I'm talking about how we are energetic beings, not physical beings. I'm talking about death and dying and with anticipation. Maybe there's some fear too, because I certainly am not looking to die anytime soon. But I'm talking about acceptance of me for who I am. I'm talking about forgiveness of the judgments that I've had about myself that have kept me locked into in this prison. This prison where I'm thinking I'm just going to keep this in control because it's safer. If I just share what I think other people want me to share, it's safer. I'm saying it now, that is over. Saying yes to things that I really mean no about. You know, I've got this notion that people don't. Well, one of the thoughts that goes through my head is, God, Andy, you're like the best kept secret. You're one of the best kept secrets. Like nobody knows. And there's part of me that's resentful that I'm the best kept secret. But how can I not be the best kept secret if I'm not willing to actually say what the fuck I think? Of course I'm the best kept secret because I'm keeping it secret. What? How can I not be a secret if I'm the one that's afraid of actually putting it out into the universe, of looking bad, of being called a whack job, of I don't know what the hell it is. all the stories that I tell myself. I mean, one of the costs of it is feeling exhausted. I'm editing constantly. I'm constantly thinking, what should I share? What should I not share? What should I say? What should I not say? What part of my life is public? What part of my life is private? What this is probably too much for a client, or this is probably too out there for, someone. They're more, mainstream. I don't know exactly, but fuck it. I'm always going to be the best kept secret if I keep keeping it secret. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I talk about this all the time, and I'm seeing it in real time, almost like I'm coaching myself right now, which is very strange. Like I'm having a live thinking conversation with just me. But what if my thoughts create my reality? Well, they fucking do. I This is part of the foundation of my coaching. They do. So I think I'm the best kept secret. Guess what? I'm the best kept secret. And I'm fucking pissed off at everybody else because they don't know who I am. And I'm the one that's keeping myself a secret. Okay, I think I'm driving this point home. Maybe I'm talking a little too long about this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. This is all made up. But it affects relationships because I don't say shit. There's guardedness. There's control. This goes back to playing not to lose again, right? Like, it keeps me from actually trusting myself. It keeps me from actually trusting life. Something I will share about in future episodes. I have a document that is kind of like my operating system. It's a little too long for my liking right now, and I think part of the fact that it's too long stems from my insecurity around getting it wrong, right? So every time I hear something that I think I should include in my document, I add it. And I memorize it, and it's gotten unwieldy. But one of the things that I say to myself is I am always right where I'm supposed to be. And I trust the divine perfection of the universe and let go of my need to control outcomes. Playing not to lose is all about controlling outcomes. Me not sharing this whole huge side of my life is about control. Thinking that I'm avoiding failure, thinking that I'm being smart, but I'm really avoiding freedom. I just signed up this morning for a Vipassana meditation retreat. It's 10 days of silence. Now, a lot of people have done it, but for me, that's extreme. My wife said, "Oh, you're going to love that." I'm like, "Oh, really? I don't know that I'm going to love it." Like, I meditate. I meditate for 20 minutes every day. I do TM. But there's a difference between meditating for 20 minutes every day and starting on day one of the retreat with 9 hours of meditation and no mental communication, no physical communication, no body communication, no visual communication. It's serious shit. I'm very excited about it. In deepening in my practice of giving myself space, relaxing into and being who I am. You know, I mean, a lot of this really represents me being tired of being who I think others want me to be. This has no bearing on what others actually think. It has everything to do with what I think others think. So I don't really have a conclusion to this. Um, my suggestion to you is find something, look for something where you've been hiding. Look for something where you've been playing not to lose, something that you're holding back in. You secretly have this thought about you in a way that you've never shared, that requires some action, to take some action. Because look, as long as a thought stays stuck in your head and action doesn't get taken, it doesn't matter how great the thought is. Action has to happen for it to manifest in reality. So find something. You know, if you think you're like you have this inner thought that you could be the world's greatest speaker. What's one small action you could take toward manifesting that, instead of making all these grandiose plans in your head and then not doing anything? And maybe you don't start with speaking, because that could be a big one, but maybe you start with, I want a six pack, or I, inside of me is a champion runner. And champion, I don't mean like you're beating everybody else in the world. It's a champion of you. But it's been 6 months since you've run, or 9 months since you've run, or 2 years since you've run. Find something you can do that's personal, that honors and helps you trust yourself and move forward, so that you're playing to win instead of playing not to lose and holding back and controlling. And so that's all I got today. I don't know what the next one's going to be. I don't know. I didn't know where this one was going to go. I didn't think that I could talk for 30 minutes about this topic. I don't even know what the topic was. Oh yeah. The hidden cost of playing not to lose. I had to scroll back into my notes. All right, guys, have a good day. See you next time.